dreams. Look at me, and now I dream of you, knowing I love you so. Anyone else? Shut up! I was enjoying that.
Oh, obviously.
Well, it helps me.
Look, why don't you just give Bill a ring?
You must be joking. I'm never going to speak to him again. He said I had a big mouth.
Well, you have.
I only told him what I thought of him.
In your usual diplomatic way.
Look, I caught him and Liza in an empty office together.
You said she was in a lift.
When did I say that?
Last night. I was unfortunate enough to be in when you came back.
I knew they were together, drinking champagne.
Oh, and that's proof of infidelity, is it? What did she say?
Well, I didn't see her. The lift doors closed before I had a chance to strangle her.
Pretty flimsy evidence so far.
I come all the way back from Prague.
Where you'd been having a few drinks with Carl Cherney.
That's got absolutely nothing to do with it.
It's exactly the same thing. I bet if Bill had turned up when you'd been knocking it back with Carl, he would have jumped to a few conclusions.
It's not the same with Bill and Liza. I just don't know where I stand while she's still around.
And what do you think happened?
Isn't it obvious?
You think Bill was going to make passionate love to Liza when he knew the security guy was on his rounds and you were on your way up in the lift?
I think he and Liza got very close last night. And I think he spent the night with her.
Oh, don't be stupid.
Well, he didn't come home, did he?
How could he? You slammed the taxi door on his hand and left him in the Euston Road.
I did that, didn't I?
You said you did. Look, Mum, I've got to go. There was a hen party at the wine bar last night. There'll be lots of clearing up to do. What are you doing today?
Oh, I've got to take some drawings into Vista magazine.
Well, go home and wash your face first.
Well, I haven't time.
Make time, Mum. Turn up in that state and Bill will think you care about him. That would never do.
Well, I can just hand the drawings in at the desk. I don't have to see Bill.
Of course you don't. Thanks for the lift. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good luck.
Thank you, my love.
Do you remember what happened last night?
Oh, my God.
At least Dame Memory hasn't abandoned you.
I just had a few drinks.
Quite a few. And most of them weren't yours. You owe me £43, 50 pence.
That's a lot.
That includes breakages and dry cleaning.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Anything else?
Well,
That much else?
arguably the most memorable moment was when you serenaded Rosie Beaton's hen party with How to Handle a Woman.
But I don't know how to handle a woman.
Yes, we realised that quite quickly. The bride-to-be thought you were a tone-deaf strippogram.
I didn't.
It took you 5 minutes to get your tie undone. I made your apologies and helped you up here.
Oh, did I come quietly?
Well, there was a brief tussle, but Callum helped me prise your fingers from the newel post.
My head is like a wasp's nest.
I haven't seen you in such a state since you and Liza got divorced.
Yes, well, I was celebrating then.
You want me to ring Faith and tell her you're all right?
She'll be extremely disappointed if I am.
Oh, surely not.
Her parting shot was, "May the fleas of 1,000 camels infest your armpits."
Well, she did catch you with Liza. You were just having a drink, weren't you?
Yes.
Only you implied last night, well, just before your arm wrestling contest with Big George.
Who won?
You implied that you and Liza had got, well, a little out of hand.
Nothing happened. God, do I have to explain it to you as well as to Faith?
Give her a ring.
I'm in enough pain as it is. Did you take my trousers off?
Certainly not. Victoria did.
Victoria, who?
Oh, it's all right. She's an auxiliary nurse.
Hello, you must be Joe's mum. I'm Zoe. I work with Joe.
All right, Mum. I thought you'd gone up to town. Hey, did you see Zoe? She works with me. She's my supervisor, actually. I know what you're going to say, but we had some calls to make in Crescent Road, so I thought we'd combine that with a bit of a snack. Hey, there's not much pickle left. Your mascara's run.
I want somewhere to be upset! What are you looking at? Oh, Diva.
Good morning.
No, it isn't.
It's early for a drink.
I stayed the night with Richard.
Oh, that's a possibility Mum hadn't considered. Bill, you'll probably say it's none of my business.
Yes, I probably will.
But Mum's very upset, you know.
But that is no longer my concern.
You don't mean that.
Last night, your mother expressed the view in particularly colourful language that we were no longer the perfect couple, and I concur.
She bawled you out. I know what she's like. She says things she doesn't think.
Hannah, this is not going to arbitration.
You're not the only one who's suffering. She started singing. She got through the Barbra Streisand songbook before breakfast. Now we've started Sing Along a Scylla.
Oh, Hannah, I'm very sorry. There's nothing I can do.
Well, you could stop her before it gets too late. I don't want to be there when she gets to dusty Springfield.
It's their way of coping with the crisis.
Whereas you go out and get plastered.
Richard told you that?
Of course not. The rest of the staff having a bit of a laugh about it. I didn't know you could do the splits.
There is only one R in marinated.
You should know.
Bill? Did you have a super time last night?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. But then reconciliations can be so unpredictable, can't they?
It wasn't a reconciliation. We are not reconciled.
Oh, really? I thought after Faith's business trip to Prague, you'd be longing to get
Oi.
together and...
Kiss the bag.
How dare you interrupt me? Can't you see I'm in the middle of a conversation?
Sorry.
I should think so, too.
Get the next one.
You obviously had a turbulent night. Was Faith very upset?
Yes.
You should have told me she was coming.
Would it have made any difference?
Probably not. Once you've known passion, it's always there, simmering.
Look, can we just forget last night?
You're feeling guilty, aren't you?
No.
It's awfully bad for you, repressing your urges.
I'll remember that next time I have one.
Anyway, I thought you rather led me on.
Maybe I did.
I didn't mind. I realized we both needed someone. You know, I'm always there for you, in the background.
Liza, just because Faith and I have parted does not mean that I want you back.
You've parted. But all she did was find you with another woman.
Well, that's usually enough to finish most relationships.
We were only having a drink.
You were just the last straw.
Oh, I thought I was rather more than that.
Oh, this has been building up for some time.
Well, I'm very...
And don't say you're sorry, because I know you don't mean it.
I was going to say I'm very surprised it's lasted this long.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to avoid you.
You're not doing very well, then.
Look about it last night.
What fun we had.
How is your hand?
You can hardly see where the surgeon has sewn it back on.
Thought you might follow me home.
I'm not a registered masochist. Nor am I a two-timing, unprincipled gigolo whose morals are lower than a snake's belly.
Did I say that?
You did.
I was provoked.
Not as much as I was.
You fancied Liza last night, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I knew it. I flaming well knew it.
What about you and Carl? What's his name? Look, this is not the place to have a fight. We'll meet tonight.
We'll fight then, shall we?
We'll have dinner. Let's just keep it amicable.
That's fine by me.
Anyway, most of my stuff was over to your place. We'll have to sort that out.
Do you mean removed?
It would seem to be the next step.
Oh, fine. No, if that's the way you feel about it, the sooner the better.
Well, surely you don't want to live with a man who you think is what was it you called me? A complete scrod?
Do you know what a scrod is?
I don't care.
It's a haddock, that's all.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Maybe this will.
What is it, an apology?
My drawings for the article Designing a Stress-Free Home.
Well, of course, you're the expert on that.
Right, tonight then. Harper's?
No, not Harper's.
Luigi's?
A perfect choice. It's so romantic.
You don't have to say you love me, just be close at hand. You don't have to stay forever, I will understand. Believe me.
There's never a good time in this house, is there? You remember Zoe, don't you?
Hello. Yes, I'll leave you to it.
Sit down, I'll get us a drink. I'm going to pour 2 vodka and tonics, Mum, and I don't want you embarrassing me in front of her.
Pass the tissues, please, Joe. Thank you.
Look, I'm pouring it out now. I'm going to put ice in it, OK?
There's some chili in the fridge.
No, it's all right. We'll probably go out for something to eat. Although we might just stay in here together.
Oh, is that the time?
I'll take her up to my room so we can really get to know each other.
Don't forget to let the dog out, will you?
Maybe she'll stay the night.
Joe, if Hilary phones, will you tell her the leotard and dumbbells are behind the toolbox in the garage?
I'm going to get one of those huge bags of salt and vinegar crisps, and I'm just going to waft them around the house. You'll smell them for days. Yeah?
Joe?
What?
How's Mum?
Weird. I've just brought this girl home and she hasn't steamed in with the usual hassles.
Don't upset her.
I can't. I've tried. I've just poured 2 vodkas for me and Zoe right in front of her and she hasn't bawled me out.
You're drinking vodka? Do you know what it does to your liver? Put that straight back in the bottle this minute.
Oh, I get it. Mum's donated her mouth to medical science and you've just had the transplant.
Let me speak to her.
What's going on?
You mean apart from the fact that she's just split up with Bill?
Well, is that all? That happens at least once a week.
This is different. Oh, hell, look, my money's running out. Just tell Mum Bill stayed with Richard last night. Got it?
Who was that?
Hannah, she said to tell you Bill stayed with Richard last night.
Joe! If you take 1 packet of salt and vinegar crisps in there, you're dead.
Are you feeling better?
You don't have to say.
Thank you.
Sorry about that, Bill. Childish high spirits.
Oh, what a night, eh?
Apparently.
How are you feeling?
Not entirely well.
I'm glad you at least had the decency to suffer.
Oh, your eyes look pretty terrible, you know.
Callum, over there.
Oh, well, that's the last time I carry you up to bed.
I've got just the thing for you. An early night is what you need in your own bed.
I haven't got one anymore.
You and Faith have had squabbles before?
Not like this one.
Marjorie and I used to fight. She hid my car keys. I called her names. We got terribly ugly. But we made it up.
Did you ever hear from her after she set fire to your suits?
Well, we just drifted apart. No one was to blame.
What do you mean no one was to blame? You had an affair and she didn't.
Our marriage was over long before I gave my heart to Liza. It's different for you. You love Faith.
What's that got to do with being happy?
Oh, how true. Falling in love with Liza was quite the most traumatic experience of my life. Of course, there were glorious, exquisite moments when I was transported on the wings of ecstasy to the very portals of paradise. I've got some braised goose on the menu. Are you eating here tonight?
No, I don't think that would be a good idea.
They got over it now. They won't laugh at you anymore.
No, I'm meeting Faith. want to have a private talk. I think we need our privacy.
I'll give you a corner banquette.
We want to go somewhere quiet where nobody knows us. Things could turn nasty.
So you're putting money in another restaurateur's pocket. Not very considerate, Bill.
I'll make it up to you. I think you might be seeing quite a lot of me in the future. I hope.
Well, you're not planning to prop up the bar every evening, are you? I couldn't do with you as a roisterer.
How about a lodger?
What?
Well, can you put me up for a while?
Well, you mean here, at the flat?
Well, I'll need somewhere to sleep until I can find a place of my own.
You're not seriously thinking of leaving, Faith?
Yes, I am, but I don't want to talk about it until I've spoken to her.
Well, you have to sleep on the sofa.
Only the first time.
Just like the old days. Remember, when we first started in newspapers? We'd work all night, grab a couple of hours sleep, and still have the energy to bossa nova all evening.
Not anymore. I had to have a nap this afternoon.
I'm glad you brought me here. Well, I think it's important we get out of the house.
Your house.
Well, there are so many
Breadsticks?
Oh, thank you. Interruptions at home. We never have a chance to be on our...
Yes, thank you. Fine.
It's probably one of the reasons we've drifted apart. I think when our problems began was when Hannah and...
Oh, that's fine, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think when our problem...
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, I think when our problems began was when Hannah and Joe came back to live, don't you think?
Well, it certainly didn't help.
Was there something else?
Crespolini?
Yes, that's for me, thank you.
Oh, that's mine, yes, thank you. Looks very nice. Wasn't the sex, was it? Oh, good heavens, that's a little one. I mean, I was expecting something much larger.
You want some?
Oh, yes, just a touch. Thank you.
And for the sir?
Nothing.
Only I've still got the boned basque and the whip. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's just, well, I'd hate to think things weren't right between us, you know, in that way.
It wasn't the sex.
Parmesan?
Yes, thank you.
And formada?
No, thank you.
The sex was fine.
Was it?
This is wonderful.
Oh. Sex was fine, and this is wonderful.
Is everything to your satisfaction?
Yes, it couldn't be better.
Oh, wonderful, I think you said.
Yes, wonderful.
Oh, I am glad.
I thought it was all right. The sex?
The sex was fine. Once we got the dog off the bed.
You did handle him very roughly.
And took the phone off the hook.
It didn't always ring.
Perhaps the lady would like a beautiful rose?
Thank you. Put a bolt on the door.
Well, how was Joe to know that we were doing whatever it was we were supposed to be doing?
It's funny, all my grown-up life, I've always believed that taking precautions meant something entirely different.
£2.50.
It didn't put you off, though, did it?
Well, it made me think twice about it a few times.
Are you seriously telling me that
Does
because...
the lovely lady have a favourite she would like me to play?
Tchaikovsky's Piano Concerto. Anyway, we'll have to find a convenient time for me to come round and pick up my stuff.
I can't believe we're having this conversation.
Faith, you know we can't go on as we are. I mean, I've already had one relationship which has ended up in a slanging match, and if it taught me one thing, it was to leave when...
When what? when you were still in love?
I have tried very hard to make this work.
Oh, and I haven't?
So how was Prague?
Oh, please. You mean how was Karl Czerny?
All right, how was he?
Charming, amusing, attentive.
Available?
Yes, as a matter of fact, he was available. Just like Liza, always available.
We had a drink.
Yes, so you said.
That was all.
Because I turned up.
If I'd wanted anything to have happened, it wouldn't have mattered whether you turned up or not.
Well, we won't know now, will we?
And don't pretend you weren't entirely indifferent to Karl Czerny's intentions. Well,
I wasn't. He doesn't think I've got a big mouth.
Well, he doesn't know you very well.
I thought it was you two lovebirds.
Oh, Jill, hello.
Hello.
And my gosh, haven't seen you for months. Do you remember Jill and Mike?
Of course he does. So, how are you both? Married yet?
No.
Well, we can highly recommend it, can't we, Mike?
How's Stephen?
Oh, he's doing voluntary service overseas. Terribly keen on helping the third world. Gets it from me, I think. I always buy my Christmas cards from Oxfam.
Where is he?
Africa, I think. He's irrigating something. What is it, Mike?
The Earth.
And he's got his place at Mike's old Oxford College, of course, so he goes up next year.
And Susanna?
First class honours.
Oh, that is good.
Well, it's funny. All her friends wanted to be air hostesses or models. But it's been molecular physics for Susie since she was so high. And what are Joe and Hannah up to?
Hannah's a waitress and Joe's selling carpet cleaning door to door.
Still, as long as they've got their health.
Come on.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, we'd love to stop and have a drink, but Mike's got the car at Penge Station, so he's on Highland Spring.
Oh, right. Well, it's been nice to see you
Bye.
both. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, you must come and have dinner.
Yes, bye.
I'll ring you.
Bye.
Bye. And I'm sorry if we interrupted. I remember what it was like when we were courting, don't you, Mike?
Goodbye. Still, as long as they've got their health.
Oh, dear. My hand seems to have fallen under yours.
Oh, so it has.
Probably an accident.
They do happen.
Can I get you anything else, madam?
No, thank you. Think I can get it myself.
Nice meal, wasn't it?
Very nice. Well, I think maybe that second bottle of wine was a bit of a mistake.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's done the trick.
How do you mean?
Well, come upstairs and I'll show you. You know the way. As I expect everyone's in bed. And we will be very soon.
Faith.
Bill, I am too old to snog on the doorstep.
Sex isn't the answer.
What was the question?